Yeah, good day. This morning I prepared a couple of words which I like to share also in the video message with you. These words will also be posted on the blog notes of my practice, such as you can read it and better understand. Well, I like to start with the two tables. Last week, the meetup between President Trump with Chairman Xi Jinping has obviously had lots of media, pundits, and experts' opinion and attention. I'm confident that by now you found your own sources of information, your own appraisals of what was here about, and how this can be placed in the bigger picture we are presently in. Next to the Thucydides trap, very difficult word, and the 5 Ds and the 3 Bs, I do not want to indulge you with my opinion or views, but only with a couple of very small observations. And that was about the meeting table. The question here to me was, who was not at the table? And first of all, foremost, and it were some ladies who observed that, at the first formal sessions and state meetup tables, there was actually no lady represented. Secondly, and remembering last week the 100-year birthday of Sir David Attenborough, you could not observe one of stature and knowledge who could represent the voice of nature, our natural world, at the state negotiations. Nor was there a clear voice of the global south, other than obviously the ways both presidents presently see and appraise their needs. There was no representative from Europe, India, or Africa Union, to name a few, as well from the UN Pact of the Future. So, by all means, great that our leadership take initiative, that Japan got a call, Taiwan told not what to do, announcing independence, and President Putin invited to come to join Xi Jinping coming days. But in essence, it remains a little bit of a riddle to all of us what has been spoken and agreed behind back doors. And give the wider dependency of the world on the nature and the dependency of these dialogues, one could say, well, perhaps a little bit more open, perhaps a little bit better mediated by third-party mediation in and between to listen to both sides and understand what was being shared and raised for the rest of the world, for our planet. And so for the last decade, let's be honest, in our decade of action, the UN, nations, governments, corporates and the people have attempted to bend the trend and curve and allow 9 billion people to thrive and enjoy a great future on this planet for years to come. And with that I mean to move away from our present system A that is clearly crossing already some planetary boundaries. Unfair in its wealth and wealth distribution. The rich appear still to get a little bit richer and the poor, well, left a little bit more left behind, nationally and internationally. And as we can clearly see that the aggregate of our human development, our economies, the direction of our economies, the pathways of ever more growing GDP wealth and growth in the east and in the west, in the north and in the south, does not yet rhyme with our natural world, with Sir David Attenborough. Nor is it that the strength of our underground, the creaming curves and the erosion of oil, gas and mining recoverable reserves, nor the social cohesion and care for humanity that will bring us into the safe zones. In simple terms, we're yet steering ourselves into trouble, into a scramble, into a fight. We still do stupid stuff. And we have not yet found the simple means and reorganizations and reforms to see ourselves in System B. More fair, more calm, more peaceful, with nature, the people, and the whole. Sustainable energy economies, societies free of concern. As that was the ideal, once spoken and agreed in 2015 with the UN Sustainable Development Goals on board. Now then, in our profession, in our energy profession, we are asked to see with our own eyes what is presently real, what would be ideal, and what is the present gap to be healed. Each of us, every nation, every country, every government, every corporate actor, every leader, every profession, energy profession and skill. is asked to become part in his greater journey and effort of making tomorrow better and today, not only for the self, but best also for the other and for the whole. If you can see the light, if you want to bring the light in the eyes of the other, we have our hope and we can make progress. Especially the global south, the rising east, and the ones who have been left behind in System A. And yes, if you have an understanding of the size and the dimensions and the challenges of the game we are presently in, we're clearly living in a world of two cities. Some are having the best of the times ever, and a lot of people still have the worst of time ever. So you may accept from me that time is presently of essence. Just plodding on or adding new programs, technologies of innovation and change to your established bureaucracies or corporate business models, I don't think it will do. We believe we truly need some reimagination of our governance, of the programs, of the business models, of the deliveries, of the new energy economy architectures, nationally, regionally, internationally, and in the boardrooms of our big oil corporations. Tomorrow there is an AGM. No small beer. So in our choosing and choice of making good futures, we always have options to consider. My practice, and based on a little bit of life experience, encourage you to be bold, to be courageous, and to dare to take the more creative organizational steps from System A to System B. To conclude, we've worked over the last 15 years, readied ourselves a little bit in the understanding of how to coach and care these leadership changes and these changes, organizational changes, from the present, the gap, towards more of the ideal. Please feel welcome to follow us, call us, join us, or support us. We're really looking for grant giving, such that we can make a little bit more impact and a little bit better organized for this good future making and care. Like a tree in a forest, with some roots and some trunk, the branches full of leaves, singing birds and giving fruits, and supporting a beautiful world. I thank you. Please feel welcome. Have a great day.